Hi chums, right, well the car's here. Just wait for that traffic to go past. I've just covered up the number plate because I don't want some passing lunatic to get my registration and then decide to put a brick through the window or something, you know. I hardly think that's going to happen, but you know yourself, keep your privacy as private as you can. There it is, Nissan Qashqai, gunmetal grey, and all the tricks on it, all the gear. It's much more slopey, curvy bonnet or hood than the other Nissans, and much rounder at the front. And there's this bulge thing on each side that the others don't have as much. This is a 15 model, and you can see here you're getting the bulge on the sides, getting into the more like this SUV type look, you know. And then it's got tinted windows at the back, which is really nice looking. We bought the car, we didn't realise it was going to have tinted windows, you know. 19-inch alloys and two 25/45 tyres, so kind of skinny as well. Roof rails, the sunroof goes from here to the front of the car. I'll show you that when I get in. Little spoiler on the roof, rear window wiper, something I love. And so around here, and you see, I think it looks nicer from the back than the front actually. With the dark windows, it makes it look very nice. The inside, I'll just look at the back first. Leather seats and all the stuff. There's USB points and stuff in the car for plugging in games and charging phones and that. Driver's side. We'll get in here and have a look at all the toys in a wee second, okay? Trunk, boot. I'll show you that now. Oh, there's a camera. There's a camera up under there. There's a camera there. For there. And there's a camera in each wing mirror and a one in the front as well. Now I've just put this liner, it's just a tarpaulin that I got, quite a heavy one. But the boot liners were going to cost about 80 to 100 pounds. What's that? About 150 to 160 dollars, you know. So I went and bought this here for 20 pounds, which is about $35, and that'll do my job. But I like this feature here. I was carrying wood in the car last week and it didn't do any good. This the trunk of the boot splits in two, and it goes deeper, right? But what I really like is this feature where you can lift that up and just set it back in again, so you can contain the stuff in one area, that it's not flying about all over the place, you know. There's no spare tire, there's just a compressor and the little bottle stuff that you use as well, you know. And then there's tether points here on the seats. They fold forward and make it actually very big inside. I'll just take these boys off the front and back here. So I'm very, very pleased with. It's a really lovely car to drive, and I must say, I thought I would miss the Mercedes, but I haven't missed it at all. This in here contains all the stuff for the computers, for turning the wipers on when it rains, and putting the lights on when it gets dark, and putting the lights up and dipping them when other traffic comes. Right, we'll get inside now and see what it's like. This is the bit that everybody wants. I'm going to get floor mats for it because I didn't get them off the garage. The guy selling the car told me we can do floor mats for you, and we can do one second, it's power. I'm very close to the wheel there. We can do floor mats and a fill of petrol for £200, about $320. So I said that's okay, I can fill it myself. So it cost me £50 to fill the car, about $80, and it cost me £52 to get a set of mats custom made for it, and they're better quality than the actual Nissan mats. So I'll have those in a couple of days' time. So I saved £100 by doing it myself. So that was worthwhile. Okay, oh damn it, there's the keys away. I don't need the keys anyway because it's just key-free ignition. But I just want them back, you know. Right, so how do you start her? Just got a start button. So you just put your foot on the brake. It even tells you what to do. Look, you put your foot on the brake, and that's just away now, right? Okay, so she's calibrating everything now, but I'll show you the goodies, right, when we get started. Now, over here we've got the sat nav is on all the time if you want it, but we'll just go to radio, okay, and we'll turn it down. Okay, so we've got three types of radio. We've got digital radio, FM, AM, and back to digital again, and then you've got your menus there, but you've also got a menu list on your digital, so you can scroll up and down those. RTE 123 Sunshine and RTE Pulse, Magic, Cool, you know, and then you can just pick any one you want and it goes straight on to it. That's your presets there, you know. Then if you want to navigate, you've got your map and you just basically go navigate new address or previous destinations. So I'll go to that one there and that's okay, and then start, and it's calculating the route for me. So it basically does everything for you.
The route has been calculated.
There you go. So the thing is, and you can change your sighting on the map. You can do it from 200 meters, 500 meters, a kilometer, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. You know, it's just bring you right down to the whole of Europe. Then, you know. So that's it there. So there's where we are, just inside it we Northern Ireland, you know. So that's that. So bring it back to about 100. I leave it out usually, you know. I don't need sat nav because I know most of the places I go to, but I've had to use it twice since I got the car. It's been really, really handy, so I'm delighted with that. There's CD player auxiliary for putting in sort of all the different types of contraptions you can put in, you know. Then the camera. If you want to, say you're in a parking spot and you want there's anything close by, you press camera. You get an aerial view of the car. And there's my wife's car sitting beside me, okay? And that will tell you what's happening around you. And then this screen here tells you what's going to happen. Say you leave your car parked with the steering locked to one side. Well, that's going to show you that your steering is actually locked, you know, or locked to one side, and you're going to hit something, you know. So every box moves. But where that really comes into its own is reverse. So if I stick this into reverse, there's a reversing camera on now, okay? And then that tells me where the car is going to end up if I keep reversing. And there's something happened last night that I didn't realise it was going to do. I was reversing here last night using the camera, but it kind of took me out for a second and the car stopped. And it just stopped dead, the engine turned off. Jeez, what's wrong with this? And when I looked, I was about a foot away from my wife's car, and this box was right on my wife's car. So I hadn't actually noticed. I'd forgotten about my wife's car, you know. So the car stopped rather than let me drive into something, which was pretty cool, you know. I would have been real sick. I did that one time before. I reversed my Merc into Rosemary's Merc. So, which kind of, she gave me a very strange look that day. I think it was the one that confirmed any suspicions whatsoever that I was a lunatic. You know, she thought, what have I married here? This lunatic has just reversed his car into my car, you know. Didn't do much damage, thankfully. I was going slow, but just one of those things, you know. So there you are. So that's your camera. I like that. That's very useful. But the car also parks itself. So if you press Park Assist, it's selecting a forward gear, right? And it will look for a parking space for you to park the car. So it means that it will turn the wheel. I'll try and do a wee demo of that later on, okay? But what do you call it? It's a very good feature, and we tried it out and it works really, really well. It parks so neat and tidy beside the curb. But the problem with that is that you'll be really nervous the first time you do it, you know. And use your turn signal to change whichever side you want to park on, you know. We'll do that later on, okay? So, what I was going to say to you, right onto the screen, we've got your air conditioning and all that stuff down here. In here, you've got your USB ports and stuff like that, you know, and another 12-volt socket for plugging things into. On the steering wheel is all the other stuff. Let's see, that's it. I just keep it in that one because it shows you your speed all the time, you know. I'm leaving it on because it's very warm today, and with 18 degrees centigrade, what's that? It's about 72 or 73 Fahrenheit. That's warm here. So I'm getting an average, in the Mercedes I got an average of 16 miles to the gallon around town, and I'm getting 39 miles to the gallon here on this one, and in the long distance in the Mercedes my best was 23 miles to the gallon, and so far I've got 52.9 I think in this one. So I'll check now and tell you. So I've halved my fuel consumption, so my sums worked out dead on. I was doing my calculations and I worked out that for the price of money that I was putting into petrol or gas into the Mercedes each week, I could buy this car and fuel it for the same amount of money, and that's exactly what has happened, you know. Now, I've had it a week and I've done 732 miles, 28 miles, there was 4 miles on it when I got it, but that was an unusual week for me. There were days I was in Belfast 3 times. I was up in Coleraine on yesterday, the day before yesterday, to my mother-in-law. It was kind of an unexpected run-up. I've been doing a lot of unusual driving, so if I'd been in the Mercedes, it would have cost me a fortune. And this one here, it worked out great. I was really, really pleased with it, you know. And we'll just go through the menu here. You've got your settings, and you can set your driver assistance. That's all for lane recognition and your display settings. You can change the lights. You've got mood lighting in the car as well at night, little red things, or you can change the lights from red to blue. It must be LED type things, you know. What's the maintenance? What's your service schedules and stuff, you know. And then there's the other one, maintenance. You can go to your tires and it'll tell you, oh, it hasn't got it done right. That must be something to do later on. After you've done a run, during a run, it'll tell you what the tire pressures are, you know. Go back again, settings, and then you've got, settings, no warnings, tire pressures, they appear while you're driving. Your driving aids, that's you've got a blind spot, so if a car comes close, it'll give you a beep. Emergency brake, that's where, can you see that there on the screen? Is that picking that up? It doesn't look like it's picking it up. Oh God, don't tell me it's all messed up. I'm too close to it. Emergency brake is where the car brakes itself if something comes too close, or if I'm driving too close behind the car and the other car brakes, this car will brake before I do. And the lane is, if you've got the cameras in the wing mirrors monitor the lanes, and it means that they tell you when you're going to cross a lane in case you fall asleep. The car also monitors your driving for the first 20 minutes, and then after that it assesses your driving. So if you start to get tired, it'll say, do you need a cup of coffee? And then later on it might say, maybe you should pull in for a cup of coffee, because it's noticed your reactions aren't as good as they used to be. So like, quite clever. So we'll go back again here. What else? We've got driving aids. That's your digital radio, tells you about traffic sign recognition as well. That's very good. That's really, really useful. And then what's that one there? Oh, that's just for driving forward. Fuel economy, 134.7. That was the last run I did into town. So I'm not telling you lies. I actually told you I was getting about 39. That was a lie. But the run into town was a very short one, so it was just about a mile and back again. So, and I haven't got my fuel economy too. And then what do we see? Speed. That's back to where we were again. And then over here you've got your cruise control, and then down here you've got your traction control and lane warnings and ABS and something else I can't remember. So it's all there. It's all there. The lights are automatic. They come on. I've got them set in auto there, so they just come on whenever it gets dark. The lights come on, and there's always daylights on. And the wipers are the same. Whenever it rains, the wipers just come on. But obviously you can control that yourself, you know. So all in all, I'm very, very pleased with it. You know, it's a great car. Something beeped there. I'm just wondering what it was. No, it wasn't the camera. Right. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to just turn this off now. And then, rather than just fumble about with the camera and stuff, we'll go for a wee drive, and then I'll show you this park assist thing, okay? All the best now. Bye-bye.